Actually, it's a political action, and they try to make people feel worried, feel anxious about war.
Hello and welcome to Perspectives with Nilo, a regular podcast that brings you news and views from around the world. You can find all of our past episodes on our blog site at pwnilo.com or by searching for Perspectives with Nilo on your favourite podcast app. With Taiwan's presidential election taking place in early January, the island's future relationship with the neighbouring People's Republic of China, or PRC, occupies pole position on the ballot. The PRC, who claim Taiwan as their sovereign territory, despite having never occupied or controlled it, have historically launched extensive disinformation campaigns to dissuade voters from supporting the ruling pro-independence Democratic Progressive Party. According to a 2022 report by the Digital Society Project, part of the Swedish Institute Varieties of Democracy, Taiwan has ranked as the biggest target for foreign disinformation in the world for the past decade. Taiwanese politicians and researchers say the majority of those attacks originate from China. In recent months, Beijing has been amping up its campaign of intimidation, disinformation and cyber attacks, sending ever-increasing numbers of fighter jets into Taiwan's air defense identification zone, as well as exploiting Taiwan's free speech and open internet to manipulate politics and influence public opinion. Among their more popular disinformation tactics are inciting fear of a possible war of invasion and sowing skepticism about the sincerity of the support from Taiwan's allies, most notably the United States. Disinformation actors also use current international events, such as the ongoing war in Gaza, to remind audiences of the dire consequences of war, sending the message that avoiding war with China is the best option for Taiwan. Beijing aims to convince Taiwanese people that unification is inevitable and irresistible, while balancing its deployment of coercive measures with incentive-driven approaches. Thankfully, there are a number of expert organizations in Taiwan that work full-time to investigate and debunk disinformation. One of those is the Taiwan Fact-Check Center. According to their website, they are a non-profit NGO established by the Association for Quality Journalism and the Taiwan Media Watch Foundation. Their mission is to fact-check claims related to public interest issues to promote reliable information, digital literacy, and to make Taiwan a better and stronger democratic society. We met up recently with their CEO, Eve Chu, to talk about the organization, examples of their debunking work, China's Wu Mao disinformation army, and much more. So Eve, you're very welcome to the podcast. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you, Neil, and hi, everyone.
Maybe you can tell us, what is Taiwan Fact-Check Foundation?
Yeah, we are a non-profit organization and with 16 members, a very small one, and we, because we are a professional fact checker organization, and we got a signatory of IFCN, International Fact Check Network. And how we run our organization, we got funding from the tech platform like Google and Meta, and a little bit from Line and Yahoo. So we don't have any funding from government, so we are independent fact checker. And we are third fact checking organization in the Chinese speaking world.
So if you're funded by some of those large tech companies, how can people be assured that you're independent?
Well, I think the story is like this because since 16 American presidential election, and there are lots of executive talks about the candidates of that election, and the tech company, the tech platform got a lot of pressure because they are U.S. company and the U.S. people angry about them. So they started to try to make it up and then give money, dispense money to fact checker globally. And of course, Taiwan Fact Check Center, we take the chance to set up our organization. In the beginning, we just a very small task force and task force, and in the 2023 we started to set up our foundation, a formal one. So we are still small.
So you can fact check information on Google or on Meta and so on, and they can't complain. They can't complain about that.
Okay, let me put it this way: we are asked to fact checking disinformation by Meta because they want us to do the fact checking, and when we done our fact checking, we gave them our fact check report. We will put it on our website, and if that disinformation is from Facebook, the Facebook will label that information. Of course, you can still click in to see that information, but there will be an alert to inform people that, oh, this one has been checked. So that's what we do that because we are asked to do that. And the Google is different story. Google funding us for media literacy, because Google is not actually it's a search engine, right? So because it's different from Meta, so the Google thinks, they don't want because many countries they are talking about to build up a law framework and legislative action to try to regulate those behavior of tech company. So actually, Google they have done a lot of lobby to try to prevent those legislative action. So they try to be friendly to those fact checker, and so we get funding for media literacy project. That's different from Meta, but because the tech company they are generous for fact checkers. So not just TFC, actually, globally, many fact checkers get funding from Meta and Google. But because they are enterprise, they are private company, so we all have feeling of anxiety because we don't know. I mean, our counterpart globally, we all worry about. We don't know what will happen if those tech companies will change their mind. Nobody knows. So we try to figure out and try to find out solution and try to diverse our funding resources to prevent any possibility in the future.
You've had some good successes in the past already. You started off maybe around the time of the COVID pandemic. Can you give us some examples of some of the disinformation that surrounded the COVID pandemic in Taiwan?
Yeah, there are lots of strange hoax and rumors because the COVID is so. It's totally a new one, so nobody know about it, and the social panic is a very huge one. Everyone anxious about this new disease, and so in the beginning there's no vaccine, so people very scared. But actually, we lucky in Taiwan. There is one thing I want to mention is in the very beginning of the outbreak of the COVID, Taiwan, our organization TFC, we alert about this serious situation, and actually we call for international collaboration. We call it coronavirus Facts Alliance. We organize our counterpart globally to join a collaboration. We do the fact checking together. Why collaboration is very important is because the rumor will shift among different language. The same narrative of rumors will change their face. Jump among different language. There's a Mandarin one, there's an English one, there's a Spanish one, but the similar narrative. So when the fact checker work together, they were more effective to do the debunking of the rumors. And those rumors actually try to devalue the government's efforts, or try to devalue the efficiency of the effective of the vaccine, and try to persuade people don't to get shot, because try to make people very scary, and if you get shot you will die, or you will get a very bad situation. Many different kinds of vaccine, and as you know, because the vaccine Taiwan want to import from out of country, from other countries, and because the China monopoly the one kind of vaccine, and Taiwan want to buy American vaccine, but some people think we should buy the China have the as agency. The vaccine actually is through China, because China has the rights of the vaccine, and some people think we should buy those vaccine but not U.S. vaccine. Or there is a kind of rumor say the AZ, you know, the AZ vaccine is made by UK, and there's a rumor say AZ is a very useless vaccine, and BNT is better. But the BNT is monopoly by China, because China buy the right of Asian region. So, but the anti-government people, they think that the government don't want to buy China vaccine is because the DPP just doesn't care about people's health. So
this is one of your political parties who's in power at the time.
The DPP, the political party, DPP, 民进党, and is in power, and the KMT is opposition party, and the KMT criticize DPP. Why don't you buy BNT? But the BNT actually is in China's hands. So DPP tried to buy U.S.-made Moderna and Johnson & Johnson, but there's a pressure from the opposition party try to ask the DPP government have to buy the BNT. So there's a lot of argue inside Taiwan, and try to devaluate the efficiency of AZ or other kinds of vaccine. So we have to debunk those sort of things about the vaccine and about the side effects of the vaccine, and try to calm down the people's panic and scary.
And were you able to determine where the sources of that disinformation were coming from?
Yeah, we always ask about this kind of question, and just like I mentioned to you, and many people say, oh, is there in disinformation or there's rumor from China? Probably because we're using the same language and Chinese character, although we have the conventional style character and simple style character, but actually people can communicate. So it's very easy. I mean, the rumor jump from Weibo and Weixin into Taiwan social media, Facebook or Line. So
so Weibo and Weixin are the PRC are mainland China social media platforms.
Yeah.
And some people in Taiwan are obviously using those platforms. So you have the rumors travel from those Chinese social media platforms into the kind of Western or Facebook and all those other social media platforms that are used in Taiwan.
Very easy because it's very easy. You can use software to change a simple one to conventional one. It's very easy.
Okay.
Yeah. So we don't have any immunity from those. We don't have any firewall. But we do need have immunity. We do have to recognize them and know them well, know them better.
The other topic, I guess, of disinformation that can be also very damaging is disinformation surrounding elections. And I know you've published some reports on your website about the 2020 elections and earlier elections. And there's an important presidential election coming up in 2024 here in Taiwan. Are there themes or emerging types of disinformation you see around the elections in Taiwan?
Sure. There's lots of rumor, and I think because you can observe and that the big issue or main issue in the coming campaign during between the DPP and the opposition party will be the war and peace. Mm-hmm. And oppositional party try to lead the issue to if you vote to DPP, you choose war. If you don't want war happen in Taiwan, you don't vote to DPP. I think the narrative is like this.
Yes. So I think Ma Ying-jeou, former president, is the one who coined this phrase of the election is a choice of war or peace. Yeah. And this is what you're referring to.
Yeah. So you can watch, you can see mainly rumor is about, there's a very interesting rumors say Taiwan government will offer a lot of rocket to Israel to support Israel. Say 40,000 rocket. Taiwan government will send 40,000 rockets to Israel to help them in the Israel-Hamas war. And very interesting, we find that the information on Facebook, and it's from a political group on the Facebook, and it say the story and quote is RFI is it say the resource is from RFI Radio French International. And that RFI, so-called RFI information quote Washington Post as its news resource. Yes. We debunking that one because we didn't find any on RFI and didn't find any on Washington Post. But they're just a fake screen talking about the story and why they do this. Mm-hmm. Because they try to make people fear that the DPP president is try to support war, and they don't fear to get in a war.
So they're trying to prey on people's fears then to influence how people might vote in the election.
Yeah. And we also debunk a very Wales narrative. It's called a video say, oh, this is Israel-Hamas war. Actually, this video is from Guardian in 2022 last year. Yes. It's about serious war criminal and nothing to do with Israel-Hamas. But it's very it's very brutal one. It's by soldier shooting people and push them into a big hole and a big pit and shut them to die. And of course, we didn't put them. We just have a photo about it on our website. But who used this information, and what do they want to use this information to do? There is a party in Taiwan. It's a campaign for unification, Taiwan unification with mainland China, and they try to use this video to let people fear about war and call them to join a parade, a gathering to. They say anti-war is a parade, is a gathering, and so it's actually it's a political action, and they try to make people feel worry, feel anxious about war. So they use this fake one. I mean, it's a lie. I mean, it's just try to collect everything about war and very awful, and try to make people feel scary about war.
Let me ask you also about another, report that I think got quite a bit of coverage in Western media recently. And it's about, in July, one of Taiwan's top newspapers, United Daily News, published a story based on a supposedly leaked minutes document from a secret government meeting. And it said that basically America had asked Taiwan to make biological weapons at a lab run by the island's defense ministry. That's what the report claimed. This was debunked, but I'm sure it's one you came across. What were your...
I will explain. And actually, we do see, but another VOA, I think is a Free Asia. It's a Free Asia. You know, it's a American supported. There's a Free Asia. It's an NGO also, but actually supported by U.S. government. It's called a Free Asia Radio, and they have a fact-checking lab. They did that one, and we also pay our attention to that one. There is no scientific proof to support the narrative, because there is no way. Because we ask expert that there is no way that there is a chemistry weapon that can kill somebody, but the others won't be harmed. There's no such things. Our body is similar, so there's no.
But the whole documentation and memo and everything is false anyway.
But you know why we didn't do that one? Because we don't know what American government do. Maybe they do something, and maybe Taiwan government didn't didn't agree. I mean, we don't know, because we are not so sure about that. But we just know there's no such kind of chemistry weapon, but probably there are something happened we didn't know. So we are very cautious about because we don't want to. We don't want the people think we are a supporter and we are helper of government.
We want to be impartial at all times.
We want to be impartial. We want to bipartial, right? We want to be bipartial and neutralize.
I also read about this type of disinformation to stoke fear. There's a term I came across, Ime Lun, or U.S. skepticism. Yeah, so this is, I think, a common theme used by some of these disinformation sources, in that they seem to know that people in Taiwan, this is an area that concerns them, and they prey on what they call this. Taiwanese may have an orphan mentality, in that that they fear abandonment by outsiders because of Taiwan's experience of losing diplomatic recognition in the 1970s, and that many sources of disinformation from China are preying on these fears. Is that a theme you've seen? This particular concentration of disinformation in this area?
Yeah. I think the U.S. skepticism is a main narrative, one of the main narrative of disinformation, because and not directly to U.S., but we can say the the Japanese nuclear treated water has been released to ocean recently.
From Fukushima.
Yeah, Fukushima, the nuclear power plants, and nobody want these things happen, but because the earthquake, then there was a disaster, and then when the Japanese government announced that they will release those nuclear water, nuclear polluted and treated water into the ocean, and there are a lot of rumor about that that thing. They'll say there are very exaggerate rumors is about a Japanese official drink a cup of the polluted water and die in Palau. Why in Palau is because the Palau is there is a U.S. military base, and the narrative say the Japanese official drink the water, then he was diagnosed with cancer and died in Palau, and in very bad situation, and 2020 August died in Palau. Mm-hmm. And this narrative circulate in Weibo, then jump into social media in Taiwan, but nobody, I mean the Japanese Japanese don't know about this thing. We did the debunking, and we call our Japanese counterparts to ask, because he is a retired official, so many people know him. So there was a journalist call him, and so he is alive. He didn't die. He wasn't die. He's very alive. So we debunked that the rumor, and why this rumor came, and what's the intention of the rumor. You can have this imagination that the people made this rumor want to make people hate Japanese, and try to say, hey, Japanese a good friend is U.S. So the Japanese and U.S. they are together. They have done bad thing to our world, and to try to poison us with those nuclear polluted water. I mean, the indication you can you can find.
Yeah, I think Chinese government spokespeople have also been condemning the release of this treated water by Japan quite openly for quite a long time recently. So that's a pretty. It seems like that's a pretty easy.
You can predict every year.
Yeah, but
when the water will release, that those kind of rumor will come again.
So it seems like, pretty easy to connect the dots on that one. One of the points you made earlier, of course, that's very interesting here is that, China and Taiwan have a common language, that of Mandarin Chinese. And of course, media in China is largely state-controlled. I was wondering if your work had given you any insight into PRC media and how it operates and its influence in Taiwan. Because it's the same language, do they have influence in Taiwan?
Sure. So we just as I mentioned, the national identification is divided in Taiwan. So the mainstream media also have different ideologies also. So they are actually Chinatown, United Daily, and actually they are pro-unification. You can say they are pro-unification more. And especially their editorial writing is very obvious. And so they are also usually they will quote the Chinese mainstream media's talking or narrative from, and just like the P4 lab is the example. And of course the social media is a very good platform for those narrative, those disinformation, those rumor, and we try to do our best. But there are so many tremendous quantity, so we couldn't do all of them. We just try to pick up some more harmful or damage a lot. Just like say Taiwan president want to support Israel, the rockets to help them in the war. And also there is a fake document talking about the vice president Lai. He visit U.S. in August and say the vice president also DPP's president candidate, and in the coming election. And the rumors say, the fake documents say, the vice president Lai signed a contract with Paraguay government, want to donate a huge money for their social housing. And why is social housing? Because there's a debate inside Taiwan Islands about the social housing policy, then which party is doing better and which candidate is doing better. There's a debate, and there comes rumors about the social housing, and try to indicate that the DPP government donate a lot of money to other country when they don't do very well inside the country. So we debunked that one, and the Taiwan representative Xiao Meiqin in 2020 in the Biden aggregation, because the DPP step on get the power again 2020 after the DPP get power again. And because the very crucial, the Taiwan-US relationship is very crucial at that time. And then the rumors say the representative Xiao Meiqin, Taiwan representative in DC, didn't invite it to join the Biden aggregation because Xiao Meiqin posted a photo on her social media, and because she stand in front of a wall. So the rumors say, you see, the representative Xiao didn't get into the aggregation ceremony. Actually, she is out of. Actually, the venue of the aggregation is two parts. One part is in this side of the wall. Another part is the ambassadors area is in another side of the wall. So we debunking that one because we show CNBC's clip is show the representative Xiao is inside the among many people, among many ambassadors, and other countries' ambassador also put their photo inside that aggregation in their Twitter, so we can prove that Xiao Meiqin is in the aggregation. So this very malicious. Try to devaluate the relationship Taiwan and US. And who will do that?
Good question. Also, there was a recent interesting article by PBS, the public broadcasting system in the United States, and they talked about a Harvard University study, and it said that the Chinese government are paying its employees to generate positive comments on blog posts, and that those positive comments totaled about 488 million from 2013 to 2014. I think they're referring to the Wu Mao, or what they call 50-cent army.
Yeah.
And so is this I guess in the West we many people wouldn't have heard of Wuma or 50 Cent Army or what they do. Can you tell us what they are, what they do? Are they real, for example?
Yeah, sure, they are real. Because actually, TFC, we didn't do that. We have done that. We don't have that capability because we don't have the engineer or the computer scientist. But we do some research. We read other organizations. I myself, I do some research about this topic, and because there is they were.
Tell us what they are first of all. What is this Wuma 50 Cent Army?
We don't know. I don't know what's their faces.
Okay.
But I do know they exist, and where they are, and maybe not inside China, maybe. Out of China also is probably, and because they will work on the daytime, and then they will stop after 6 p.m.
So you can see the wave of influence. Oh wow!
And the pattern of when they get up and started to work, then go to lunch, and
Yes.
you can see the curve, just like doing a job.
Wow. And so they basically boost the CCP's message. Is that what, and try to distract attention from something that the CCP may not like? Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, and they will do positive. They will say the propaganda is how good China is, and they will devaluate those opinion or those information. And not so good for China.
Yes.
I think there are two sides of their work, and very interesting. And I even heard a very interesting stories about the computer game, and there is a very famous YouTuber called I think it's a Swedish or and when they play the computer game, the online computer game, and when they talking about Taiwan or talking about and then there will jump out some people and try to against those talking or those words talking about Taiwan or talking about words about Taiwan, and even in the computer game.
Yes.
When they're doing the game, and the people will Umao or 5 Cent Party will appear everywhere. So that's very.
So even though it's just about computer games, when they say something positive about Taiwan, they will comment against it.
They were against.
Wow.
Then some people jump out to hit them.
So one of the questions I wanted to ask you is that there, as we kind of talked before we started interviewing, that there seems to be so much information generated on the internet every day. How do you decide on what topics you should focus on and what to work on?
Yeah, and every visit, our guests will ask this question because what's your criteria? We will do that because it's about public interest, just like a traditional journalism, and about public interest. And is it harmful to individual or society? Is it harmful? And like a bully, if there's a internet bully appears, and not everything we done is about about a very big issue. Probably is some people, and there is a wrong information, disinformation to attack somebody like a teenager. They have been do something on a bus or on a underground, and then people started to criticize that teenager. But there is a misunderstood about the behavior of the teenager. But there will be a internet website bully or the web bully on that teenager or their youth, and that's very terrible. So sometimes we do that kind of thing. After we do the debunking, the bully disappear. So actually we save the teenager. We save the teenager. Yeah, and that kind of thing we also do as harmful to individual or society. And another criteria is spread widely. Some silly thing, some stupid thing will spread widely. We also did the debunking. For example, there's a moon festival in August, and actually in the solar new year, solar calendar is in September, but the lunar calendar is in is August. 中秋节, the moon festival. We will eat the cake, yes, the moon cake, and there's a rumor because everyone doing barbecue in Taiwan, in the in the festival, and there is a rumor say, if you eat sausage and yogurt, you will get poison. Because everyone doing barbecue and many people like to drink yogurt, so that one circulate a lot. So it's very very silly and stupid. We debunking. We do the debunking because we do help people to have a happy barbecue. So yeah,
so you handle all sorts of things. So about how many cases can you actually handle in a year?
Yeah, and regularly we do about 60 to 80 monthly, so you can count it about okay. Not many.
It's still very good, right? It's helping the positive image, right? You also mentioned, about your media literacy campaign. Tell me how does that work? What are the actions you take on that?
Yeah, we the media literacy we do have. The third thing we have to head is the concept, is the curriculum, right? So we have to know what we are going to tell people. We have to develop those curriculum and the content of the media literacy. Then we need to assess. We need to have the accessibility to those people need the media literacy. Who need media literacy most? And as many people know, the senior citizens, they are very vulnerable, and the children and the teenagers, they are vulnerable because they will get harmed. And so we collaborate with there is a system called community college system in Taiwan. More than 100 community college around Taiwan. We collaborate with the alignment of the community college alignment, and we try to train the teacher in those community college. Then the teacher, just like seeds, they can spread those concepts to their students. So that's the way we do the media literacy. So we also go to classroom. We also go to school. When we do it systematically, but when the students or teachers or school invite us to have a sharing or a lesson or a lecture, we will send our journalists or our staff too.
And some final thoughts from Eve.
Oh, I really appreciate for this interview, and I think people should know Taiwan better. I think for many people in Irish or in Ireland or in Western country, they used to mix up Taiwan with Thailand. When I was in UK, I say I'm from Taiwan, and my friends, they say, oh, Thailand. I said, no, not Thailand. But now, Taiwan is more famous and well known. But in some meaning, Taiwan become the most dangerous place in the world. That's what economists talking about Taiwan, and we are we are living. We are very living. We are living people here, and so I want our friends globally to really know what our life look like, and what's our feelings, and we are living. We are living ones. We are not just.
You're living daily lives as normal.
We are living, and not just I hope there is no stereotype of Taiwan, and I think Taiwan is very special because we have a very particular historical process. Of course, everyone has, right? Like Irish, the Irish. You also have your very particular history. Yes, very special, and really appreciate for your efforts, and really want to know you better, and hope you know us better.
That's Eve Chu, who is the CEO of the Taiwan Fact Check Center in Taipei. My sincere thanks to Eve for sharing her valuable insights and taking the time to talk with us on Perspectives with Nilo. We've added a link to the Taiwan Fact Check website and their recent article entitled Inciting Anxiety About the Looming War in the Dive Deeper section of our blog, which you can find at pwnilo.com. As it would be very difficult to cover the full extent of the disinformation deluge being deployed by China to influence Taiwan's elections in a single episode, we've also added additional material and references to the items discussed in the interview on our blog site. And while the Chinese government ban access to Western platforms like Facebook, X and so on in China, it doesn't stop the CCP from using Western media and social media apps to influence Western audiences. And so we've also linked examples of how China tries to influence people in countries like Ireland with paid media articles of CCP propaganda. Definitely a topic we plan to return to in the not too distant future. But that's where we leave it for now. As always, thank you for listening. Slán agus beannacht.